fight the power like Big Chuck.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, the Dark Chameleon.
Peace to the gods.
Listen, check it, yo. It was a cold April morning under the constellation Aries. The moon was 85% under the luminaries. From the celestial waters to the womb my soul was carried. Then my mother gave birth to a warrior and visionary. But when I speak this truth, I feel like nobody hears me. Every once in a while, I get sight to someone blind, floating on the globe in a heliocentric lie. Dilate your pupils the more you open your eyes. The truth is sitting in plain sight like a disguise. Until my mother's death is revenge, I won't be satisfied. It haunts me when I think about the phone call when she died. A river worth of tears shed from my eyes. So I looked up at the sky and I asked God why. It's been 21 years, I'm still waiting for a reply. Since birth I've been at war to attack our undeveloped minds. Indoctrination camps making us dumb, deaf and blind. I'm always thinking solutions, we are running out of time. The dirty witchcraft is weak, I see through all the lies. I clearly analyze all the symbols and the signs. When I connect dots, the truth starts to align. The people are the power, you can never eclipse my shine. I say the truth hurts, but the truth will set you free. They say hell burns and there's a one-way ticket for me. You create your heaven or hell whether or not you believe. I'm God and Satan, I have to balance out my chi. One day these seeds I plant will bloom so you can be all you can be. Never give up and always hold your head high, cause you are God, there's no need to look to the sky.
Check it, yo. I always be analyzing to see who's fake. People acting Janice, running around two-faced, talking behind my back until they put in their place. You're a two-course meal without saying grace on the internet. Talking shit through your fingertips, talking high power till your shine is eclipsed. Trying to ride a wave until your mind is seasick. Cement shoes and your ankles tied with 3 bricks. This isn't Grand Theft Auto, this is real life. I will piss on your grave and throw dick to your wife. This is a warning mixed with some advice. You might be king, but I'm the ace of spades, and you just renade. This is food for thought, bitch, eat a grenade. This is what people want, to be treated like dirt. I tried being humble, but that was absurd. All the brainless bitches flock together like birds, pecking for crumbs until they merge with the crossroads and chuck the demi-urge. I think they had enough, I took the trash to the curb. Let the torture begin and watch them burn. Here's the urn.
It's hard to keep it real with fake people. They can take love, mix it with hate, and make evil. I'm staring at 50 shades of gray people. It's a grand deception, like K-Reno. They are who they say they isn't. On the internet, spreading everybody's business through a troll account. Talking foul, not knowing what goes around comes around. The flat out truth is the energy change when I come around. I guess London Bridge is falling down. Hey people, stall him out. We know all about the narrative painting. To control the clout, they gatekeepers trying to stop the ones trying to awake people. HOTC.
Good morning, shall I say, right? What's so good about morning? I have no clue. What's up, Gabriel? 3 Fingers, Tommy. Big Stank. Big Stanky. You should change it to number deuce, the big stank. No, I'm joking. So I took some more pictures this morning, and I can't believe some stuff I missed. I was really like looking at the architecture today, and I was watching what's her name, Melissa. So I was watching Michelle Gibson, and she had a gentleman on from Scotland, Ireland, and he was showing the petrified dragon, which was astonishing. I got a picture, screenshot of that. So I've showed the alleged water tower that has gargoyle and dragon work on it. But what I missed, hold on, I'll get that other picture in a minute. Michelle Gabbard. She, I'm so glad I found her channel the other day, because she's thinking just like me, even with these Titan trees, with just so much stuff. She thinks just like me from her research. And from my research, I come to a lot of the same conclusions, especially with the big tree at the center, which branches out and there's other big trees, but the main big tree that was at the center. Look what they're doing now. This is the new masonry. I had to take a picture of this morning. Yep, this is the new brickwork that they're going to start doing. This is what they're going to call master masonry, right? I'm a master carpenter. It's a fucking joke. Like, this building is so cheap. So fucking cheap. I've been watching them build this thing. It's a piece of junk. Literally. If a hurricane comes, this building's fucked. 2, it's just junk. It's built like junk. But let's get into the real stuff here. This is that building I showed downtown, but I never really noticed up close. You could see the dragons. Let me get a closer view. Bing! These dragons, man. These beautiful brick dragons, man. I mean, the archways are just immaculate. No mistakes. I'm starting to notice this type of brickwork everywhere. They even try to hide it, and they'll knock most of the building down and keep certain pieces of it and build onto it. Like, they even blend these buildings in, like some of these old ones, which is a shame. Yeah, this is a poor picture, but I tried to angle it, and then I took one this way, where you can see the dragons protruding out of the building up top there, which is the same setup as this alleged water tower I took pictures of. I have other churches I'm going to go visit too. I've been looking on Google Earth to find other. There's still another old building I want to check out. Yeah, Michelle Gibson's researches, the stuff she was saying blew my mind, because the stuff that I see, I didn't get from no one's video. I got from looking at pictures and just thinking. Looking at computer, when I take apart like phones and just things with motherboards, and I look at them, I just put two and two together. Then you take maps with these buildings and stuff, and you overlay them with ley lines. I mean, I do stuff like that, man, creative stuff. Just like I'm gonna take the NASA logo and try to overlay it on certain things and see what I can get. Because I have a feeling that's how they speak to each other. And the NASA map, I have a feeling, aligns with some structures here. Even if they're under the ocean, they still are aligning with something. As above, so below. You know, once I seen the pyramids and how they're on ley lines and how they align with the stars above, it literally just all started to make sense to me. Between these alleged fires, if you look at all these major cities had these fires, but how did these buildings burn? They're fucking brick. If you look at microwave weapons, right? They cook from the inside out of microwave. And what happens when you use a microwave, right? I think that's the Medusa weapon. It'll turn you to stone, literally. It'll petrify you right on the spot, literally. Or if it flooded and there's mud in the water and you got covered in mud somehow, I don't know, with the microwave, will pull all the water out of you. Literally, it'll microwave you. You have, because that's what microwaves do. It excites the water particles and they even evaporate. That's why if you put a piece of bread in a microwave, it'll turn to a fucking rock if you leave it in there too long. Any food, it'll literally turn it fucking like a stone. But yeah, back to the architecture. All these, like even Hartford had so many floods from the CT River. She talks about the rivers, how they're all man-made before our time. Like, and that's why I listen to John Levy too, because he thinks the same way I do. I try to listen to people that, intelligent people that think for themselves and can see through the bullshit. A lot of these stories, when you actually, because they know most people don't read this stuff, they'll just take what they're told and run with it right into a fucking brick wall. But when you read some, like John Levy actually was reading some of the Wikipedia, it's fucking hilarious, man. Some of the stories they give with these people, when you start reading, it just don't make sense. And I didn't want it to be true, but a lot of these people in power did steal a lot of stuff from all sorts of people, but mostly Moors, and they're the fucking they're the Indiana Jones for sure. And all this, like, what they're looking for when they're so-called grave robbing, which I don't think they were graves, they're looking for certain pieces to these weapons that, like, I'm even starting to think Jesus, when they're describing Jesus, that it might be some sort of a weapon or something that have to do with energy. Bronze feet. I forgot. When he speaks, it sounds like running water. You ever hear the sound of frequency machines? It does sound like running water a little bit. And then it mentions 7 stars and then golden something. Well, gold, bronze, copper, all that are conductors of energy. Then the 7 stars. Now, I know people are going to be like, man, that's some bullshit. You're reaching. Yeah, I'm reaching. With one of those fantastic forearms. I'm reaching. Hold on, let me pull this up. I have this video somewhere, unless it was on my old phone and it got erased, but I managed to screenshot this. to show the 7 stars with energy. And then I got some antenna. Look at this antenna right here. Bing! Oh, let me get this out of the way. What's up, fools and tools? This picture right here. If you count those star-looking things up there, there's 7 of them that are protruding off that antenna. Obelisks, antennas. Like, I give a big salute to Michelle Gibson. I love her work. I was just so excited that most people shit on my theory of the big tree at the center, but she added stuff on that blew my mind with the roots of these trees being ley lines. And then the big tree at the center branches out and is also connected to Devil's Tower and all these things. I even personally think it goes as far as there being cities underground, like Hades and actual big cities underground that have been here a very long time. That the people in so-called power, their illusion of power, right? They just tell us anything and we go for it, right? These people heard us so simply, you know, we should be demanding, looking underground and all that type of stuff. But all people want to do is pay bills and fucking eat poison. But I watched over probably 30-something hours of video already of hers. Because she has 3.5 hour videos. Like, I know most people can't sit through it, but I do. It's time to smoke some herb. Alright. Sorry about that. And all these structures, the Statue of Liberty, like all these structures align with the moon or sun and certain dates year round. This also proves we're not on a ball spinning through space. The sun and moon, if something's returning on every day over and over and over, obviously we're not flying through space. We see the same, whatever the stars are. I've heard so many theories. But the stars are vibrating. They remind me of they remind me of speakers or giving off light. Man, I can't find me herb. Hold on. Don't you hate when you're looking for something to be right in your fizzle face? Anyway. But yeah, this dragon stuff too is amazing. I just had to show that. Oh, let me pull that picture up of this dragon head. I couldn't believe it. And I'm starting to wonder about this obelisk that's on top of this major hill. Like, I don't know about anyone else, but Chuck's gonna find me an underground entrance. I'm going in that bitch strapped. One day I disappear, y'all know I found an entrance. Let's see. Here it is. Bing, a ring-a-ding-ding. Some very interesting pictures. Like, who carves such amazing stuff out of stone? That had to be 3D printed. These people had technology. I don't care what no one says. It's small, this picture, but if you guys got phones or whatever, you could zoom in. He even put a fake eyeball on it. I even thought of a crocodile instead of a dragon. Maybe a crocodile or something because his long snout. What's good, Lucid? Yeah, floating cities is interesting too. I heard a story about a floating city where a guy gave Zeus, or was it Zeus? Or no. It wasn't Zeus. It was someone a bag of wind. I forgot the story. I think it was the Romans were fighting. I don't remember, but it was the guy, the god from the floating city gave him a bag of wind, and the dummies he was with opened the bag of wind and whatever. That story. But these floating cities are interesting. What's up, Jared? Yeah, you ever see Jared Jaguar? These people that go underground, they go and they find caves. I think caves are really like old structures that were buried in these events that were created, these catastrophic events that were created by man. These people, even these gods that existed with this technology, I even think they still exist. I think they could slow down their body from dying, or aging. I think there's plenty of ways with oscillators and what you eat and all of that slows down your aging. But they don't want to give that to us because the faster we die,
they can control history. They don't want people living long. So then, you know, what's up, S? Peace. Man, that song you created yet last night, Lucid, is fucking fire, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's the talent I'm talking about. I was gonna tell you to take that down and fucking make that a song, but leave it up. Just keep working on that exact what you got going there. Just keep working on that. We're gonna make that a fucking song, man. It's gonna be your first single. That shit gave me chills when I heard that song. I was like, this is it right here. This is what I'm fucking talking about. All right. So the guy from Ireland, this picture on the top left, I've shown that before. But the other pictures, I'm gonna scan these pictures and see where it takes me, see what information I could find. The guy said he believes, or he thinks more or less, not believes, he thinks these pieces are on roofs or on some of these structures, towers. Now I could see that. I could see why he thinks that. And the people who built this stuff had knowledge from above and below and in between and wherever. Cave people. Well, it makes sense. Remember the kid that reverse engineered plastic and made fuel from it? That's what he did. He got a machine and reverse engineered it. Well, I've been seeing all these articles, and I watched this video from his channel, he said he's under attack, and that's why I put in his comments when I seen this video a while ago, like 6-7 months ago, I put in his comments, protect this man at all costs. Because you know these losers, these fucking pieces of shit are going to come for him. Me personally, I think they already know about reverse engineered plastic and it could be done for fuel. But they make so much money off of plastic products, you know, and poisoning and dumping shit everywhere. They don't want someone coming along getting rich off of their process. But yeah, that young man's having issues. Here's more pictures of those things. They're all over the place. And these are some of the big tree stumps. Like Jared's down to go underground. I am too. Even old books talk about underground cities of technology and gold, but they sell it as aliens. It's fucking bullshit. People just can't look at the word alien and see a lie right in your face. It says a lie. Look at the statue of no liberty. I get why they say Lucifer is going to bring the false light. Sun don't even look like this no more. It's fucking white. I always wondered about this old bridge. I'm going to show this old bridge. It's in Middletown, Connecticut. And ever since I was a child, a young man, this bridge, I've never seen it used as far as I know. But And here's another picture of that building. I forgot. This was on the side of the building. I went on the side too this morning. You can see these pillars up there. I got to get a better camera so I could zoom into some of this stuff. So I'm pretty sure there's like intricate carvings and all types of stuff on this building. But I wonder about things like this. They're starting to say there's this mothership coming. Like all this nonsense to push their narrative. I think these people have created frequency weapons that are so diabolical. People don't understand the power of sound and frequency. Just imagine a speaker, right? Imagine having a speaker the size of a fucking, I don't know, a building with frequency that could pump out. But then, what if you could create something smaller that could be stronger, which I think they've done. Oh my Lord, what happened here? Someone got buckshotted. It's from these things. I don't know how I think I was looking at factories. And I was looking how these are made, these tripwires. This thing shoot out steel ball bearings, like 1,000 of them. I said, man, that's diabolical. Imagine kicking the wire on that and it goes off and them balls are everywhere. The speeding, that's like those old Civil War guns with the steel balls in them. That's diabolical. I mean, I could imagine the injuries people seen in that so-called war, or even, it didn't have to be in that war. People had guns like that. But imagine a steel ball bearing coming at you with that velocity. It'd fucking rip your leg off, your arm. Damn. Now, I seen this picture. I had to pull it up. Zoom in on these people and tell me these are not men. Like, our world is being ran by some crazy individuals. They want to make it normal. I sure don't. Those are men. Those are first ladies. First lady boys. Especially the one on the right with the purple. Oh, well, she has purple too. But the one on the right. That's a fucking dude. Looking like fucking, what's his name in that movie? Anyway. But this is the old bridge. Now, I've never seen a bridge swing out like that. But according to my research, there's a bunch of these bridges all over the world, all over the place. But I've never seen this bridge used. It just sits on the Connecticut River. As many times as I've passed it, I could be wrong. Maybe I just didn't see the bridge close and the train go over it. I could be wrong, and I'm probably wrong. Because these tracks connect to the tracks that go right by my house over here. So I go fishing. I used to go fishing right off of these tracks. There's like this marsh. You catch a lot of eels. And that's where I seen that native guy pay respects to the fish, to bass. But anyway, who cares, right? Here's something from Mushroom Rock. which is interesting. These structures that are all over the place. To me, I think there was petrified things that were way larger. All right. People are saying Nibiru's coming, or Planet X, or whatever fucking name they got for it. I don't know what this is, but I thought this picture was interesting. I was looking at some military stuff, and I found this was pretty cool. All the lasers. But then I was looking at the picture carefully, and I'm like, wow, how are all these lasers coming off of one person? I don't know. And I don't know what that is. I think they're bullets. But let's get back to the architecture of these beautiful buildings. Damn, I want to play one of her videos, but they're long. She's got a couple 40-minute videos. I might play one. What would you guys rather me do? Have arguments or look at more pictures? Sometimes I forget when I'm on here. I forget that I'm a 44-year-old man sometimes. I'd be like, fuck. I get flashbacks to 5th grade. Let's look at the chat. I've been out to his 100-acre farm with who? Oh, Marlene Brown. Whose farm? Dean's? Yeah, love and unity. Is a tough to accomplish, but the news and the TV, the television blow things up to be way more than they really are, and there's so many illusions too. All right. Yeah, they do love arguing, man. Sometimes I think it's purposely planned. But whatever. Hey, I'm gonna send you the link, Lucid. Let's see. This was an interesting. I had to screenshot this. It's hard to see because I didn't crop it yet. But Camden Yards. I never knew Camden Yards. Oh, that's what that building is on Camden Yards in the outfield. The train station, or was one. I think it's a hotel now. Huh. Interesting. I gotta look more into Camden Yards. This is such a beauty. There's buildings like, I thought I took this picture because there's houses or whatever just like this in Hartford, tons of them. I mean, look at the chimney, look at the roof, right? The little tiles. These are like, I forgot what type of tiles, but they're like slate tiles. Put it that way, stone slate, like, and the way they're put in place. These houses will last forever. There used to be an armory in New Britain, Connecticut that had a tower just like that. This architecture is just amazing. Especially that tower. It's like the four corners of the realm with the pyramid in the center, which would be like Mount Meru, the tree of life at the center. But I wonder how big this motherboard is, you know? I bet you it goes way farther out than we even could think. Now this is an awesome find. I was looking at this picture for a while. If I had put it on my laptop, I could zoom into all the intricate master Masonic work. Let me not say Masonic, but master masonry for sure. It's a beauty right here. This is the pyramid under Rock Lake. It's from an aerial view. Look how big that pyramid is. There's so many pyramids in the U.S. that they don't even talk about. And this is one that's under this lake, Rock Lake. I think it's in Michigan. There's all sorts of pyramids in the U.S., like I was saying. And it looks like this one was cooked out or something. There has to be an inside to this. Like, I just don't see people piling pyramids. Maybe if they're like, they have copper rods in them, right? Or bronze, gold, something. It could be some sort of like a giant organite type deal. Shit. You could probably align any structure with stars, but would that do anything? And you always notice with rivers how they curve them. And like stuff like this, I think I'm going to try to go up to the cliffs I used to jump off of in my teenage years, because these quarries, there's something to them. Like some of these quarries remind me of old structures that were dug into or blown in. Like one part of this reservoir where there's a giant stone wall that's huge. It looks like Mortal Kombat. Oh yeah, hold on. Even stone structures like this, like these quarries, right? I always wondered what all these quarries were. A few times I've been to quarries where there would be springs coming out of these quarries, literally like water coming out of the fucking rocks, like stone. And it was spring water, good water. I got to look into the Farmington River also. Thanks, Jared. Yeah, I look at a lot of stuff. I've noticed too, when you look something up, sometimes the first couple pages of websites, like especially certain topics, they try to steer you away from it. When people start finding out and talking the right stuff, they call it the wrong stuff. But when we start really thinking and figuring this out, when you throw all this mainstream education down the toilet bowl where it belongs, these stupid textbooks that are worthless. But this I forgot where this is. It might be Utah somewhere, but it looks cooked or bombed. You see where each time it turns, it's like into a wall, sort of, the way it zigzags. Even on the other turn up there, you could see a wall. So if it floods or overflows, not overflows, but fills up, it'll hit that wall on the turn. Man, when I look at this picture, what's the first thing I think of when you see this picture? I'll tell you in a minute after I look at this. I'm going to see what people think. What do y'all think when you look at this? I'll tell you what I think in a minute. Dean, what's good? I sent you a link, Dean. That shit booted me right out. Tree trunk. I think when I see this, I think, what the fuck's under the water? That's my first thought. Because after someone found a Stonehenge under the Great Lakes and pyramids under the Great Lakes, it makes me wonder, and maybe they flooded these structures out purposely because they're accessible. They literally got like buildings and bases or whatever you want to call them under the fucking water, and they're accessible because they're connected underground. So that's why you see these UFOs go in water. Maybe there's entrances to certain things, or they could be using the water here, you know. But I also think they flooded little towns and structures under these. Probably killed people too. But yeah, this people say Mother Earth created that. It just appeared out of nowhere. Right? Sliding dirt did that. Rocks that slide against each other on the ground did that. Anyway, that's Marlene. That's Dean. Peace to Dean and Marlene. People got to go listen. Let me go get this. I hope it don't boot me out. Hold on. People got to go listen to this right now. I'm gonna put it in the chat, the link. Listen to my boy fucking Lucid, man. Wait till we clean that up and make it into a song. I'm telling you, Lucid got talent. Expressing himself through the guitar, man. I'm telling you. Some people write rhymes. Some people use instruments to express themselves through sound. But go listen to Lucid play this guitar. And what's up, Salama? It seems when they want to hide stuff too, they either bury it. Even though a lot of areas were decimated when this weapon, this frequency weapon, which created ripples on the land. Think about that. They say fucking meteors are going to fly by Earth and change the electromagnetic. You ever play with magnets? You ever see electromagnetic stuff when they flick a switch on with magnets and you could flip the polarities? Well, I believe they tapped into the center where the tree of life is at the center, right? Mount Meru, Rufus Niagara, whatever you want to call it, or the ancestors of all had a giant tree at the center. So I think they've tapped into that, just like in the Dark Tower, that movie. The storyline's BS, most of it in the Dark Tower, but some of it, I think. But them tapping into it, I think, is telling us something. And I think just like you can take electromagnetic and flip the polarities on magnets with electricity and all that, they could do that with this realm. Anyway, and they're going to create events. They'll probably, I don't know how they're going to create the events and with the ocean start creating tsunamis and shit, because allegedly Florida will be gone, Washington, like all the coastlines, even a little bit of Connecticut will be gone, which sucks. But I think I'll be good over here. I think I'm high enough in elevation, but what would that be from? You know? Melting ice? I don't fucking know. Water from in the earth? Man, I look at these as like either tree stumps or like large structures at one point. Imagine this was a big castle, like, oh man. And then I wonder the Grand Canyon, why can't you go to certain parts of it? What are they hiding? I think they could have entrances to either underground. A lot of state parks probably have entrances to these underground places. Like this looks like a bunch of stuff here.
I'll let everybody hear this. I mean, all these people already know, but all the people on the live.
What happened,
So
Lucid?
we're talking about this guy made a flat Earth model
that generated current like we have in actuality. And his challenge to everybody was show me how you can get water to stick to a ball.
right, and they were dipping a
And all these
tennis
people
ball.
were dipping a ball into water and spinning it and saying, see, look, the water sticks to it. Not a single
tennis
person.
ball?
Yeah, but not a single person could actually show like a body of water holding to a ball.
Yeah, well, you can't.
That's spinning.
Because you can't.
Yeah, but they were proud of themselves. They're like, see, look, the water sticks to the ball. And I'm like, you're absorbing water into fiber. You're not showing a body of water sticking to a ball.
Because it don't.
It was just
I know
ridiculous.
it gets people mad. And I don't. How I see things, I'm not going to debate people on. That's just me, or try to prove something to anyone anymore. I used to want to, but I really don't care. As long as I know what I know and I know it's right, it's all good. Because it does lead to arguments and just, I don't know. But yeah, you can't stick water to a ball.
Yeah,
now you can manipulate the water with frequency.
But you definitely can't stick a body of water to a ball. Like maybe a couple drops, but not a whole body of water.
And I think that's what creates waves and tides, is the frequency and whirlpools. A lot of people don't talk about whirlpools that exist. I think there's some sort of drainage or whirlpool at the center.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could be wrong.
I mean, it sounds plausible because there's got to be something creating the. Because in the globe Earth model, they're saying that it's the moon that's causing the tides. But in the flat Earth model, what is creating that ripple effect in the water?
So that was the guy's point in his experiment, was like the electromagnetic current that is generated by the land actually caused
the ripples,
the tides. Yes, the water movement pattern.
Well,
and there was
if you look at old maps too, there is ley lines under the oceans too and the land, and they took most of those off maps. The ley lines. If you look at old maps, like I always forget this damn guy's name. In the 50s, they started to disappear.
Was it the Mercator?
1850s. No, 1600s. I mean, like between 1550 and 1600s, the map started to alter a lot.
Mercator map
into volleys. My bad. Go ahead, Lucid.
Was it the Mercator map? Is that who you're thinking? Mercator?
The Mercator map has lines, but I don't think they're ley lines. I got some maps with ley lines. I got to dig them out because I got over 6,000 pictures on my phone. I got to get rid of some.
Just get an SD card, bro. Get one of those with like 60 gigs or whatever.
I got to go get. I'm gonna get a terabyte. I already looked. They work in the phone I have. So.
Oh, cool.
Next to terabyte. I need it. These are some buildings I showed yesterday, some older buildings. These have copper plates under the windows there. And this building is built out of either limestone, which maybe not. It looks more like marble or what's that other stuff? What's that other type of stone? It's not granite. The inside of these buildings have these granite floors that are unbelievable. I seen a building this morning in New Britain downtown. It's like it has granite carvings. The granite is carved into. I have to get pictures of that. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how though? Because granite is super hard. Like if you slipped on these floors and cracked your head, you'd probably die if you slipped hard enough. The granite floors are no joke. Your head will sound like a coconut hitting the floor. Here's another one. They had a wall. Some of this wall looks like it was underground a little bit. And I also think brick. I think maybe some of these buildings are like tore down to this bottom part and then built brick up maybe, or do they cover the brick? I don't know. There's a lot of suspicious stuff going on. Now look at this flood they're cleaning out. I think this is Kansas City, Missouri right here. After the flood of mud. I'm uploading more pictures. Because yesterday they didn't get saved. I love this picture. I took this morning of this dragon. That dragon's awesome. If they were ever knock this building down, I want that dragon. Remember we used to ask Lucid this capstone why it was separated? Well, I found out why. Because the original symbol that they imitated, the capstone was on. So probably to tell each other apart, they separated the capstone. Anyway, this is the picture of those things. Now, I'm showing it again because yesterday I didn't save that live. Did you see those purplish lights? Well, I know it's dark, but however many rows down it goes. This is like they built like, this is an old Stanley Works factory, which I believe, I heard it goes underground. When they were knocking the other factory that's to my back, you can't see it. It's an empty parking lot now. Just like Pfaffner's turned into something else. That used to be a huge factory, but they had alleged bomb things that went underground. It went like 3 stories underground. But when they knocked it down, they filled it in. I didn't get to see. But this, they created some sort of like stone dock. Say back to try. It looks like a dock, put it that way. But it's filled with these giant, you know, like old computers had those giant, like the Dell computers. But these look like huge data things. There's at least a couple hundred of them. And they hum real loud. I thought they were creating electricity, but I don't know, man. These things look like computer stuff. And it's right next to train tracks. And yeah, they could either be creating electricity or they're computer things. I'm going to try to get a closer picture. Now I took some more screenshots from what's her name? I forgot her name. Damn it, Michelle Gibson. Isn't that wild that in England and then in Wisconsin, I'm pretty sure there's more mounds, but they say we're a free country. State parks were supposed to be for the people in places like this, right? But somehow these people, someone owns all this stuff now, allegedly. But if people just got together and started doing stuff, what are they going to do? Like, these people are chumps. If we were 100 deep and went to dig this up to look at it, what do you think they'll do to us? Nothing. Yeah, it's called Rock Lake Pyramid. And Michelle Gibson talk about the 8-pointed star, which was interesting. She said it's Moorish, which is also interesting. And then you get your 8-sided octagon there. It's crazy, man. A lot of this stuff. Here's that Rock Lake. It's shaped like an 8, like a snowman, no? And look at this lighthouse. To me, it looks like that bad boy's underground. This is, I'm thinking, Cape Cod, Rhode Island. And she was making she has a really good video on lighthouses and her theory on that, but I don't think it's a theory. I think she's spot on with something. There's over 80 something lighthouses that go around a lot of these lakes. And Cape Cod's got a ton of them. When I went deep sea fishing, there was literally a so-called lighthouse on this rock in the middle of the water. And you think to yourself, how the fuck did they build this back in the 1800s? What, did they float a wagon out there? No, I'm joking. Look at these. This is under Lake Michigan, I think.
Mm. That's a trip.
Oh yeah, this is like a headstone, but there's probably so much more under Lake Michigan. Let's see.
I'll be right back.
I bet you this even lines up with the sun. Guarantee it. I guarantee. It looks like a sundial. See, when I was in my younger years, right? Most of the time I was too poor. I didn't have a watch. True shit. So I would know by the position of the sun. I learned because I was outside every fucking day. It didn't matter if it was a million feet of snow, pouring rain. We were outside for real every day, all day. I knew by the position of the sun what time it was. This is another graph. I ain't gonna show too many more pictures. But these are the lighthouses. Just to get an idea of how many there are in one area. Which they're kind of like towers in a way too. Interesting, right? Imagine having these towers connected to like a harp. Look at it like a harp. But I don't think the ancestors that were here and knew about this tech, I just can't see them using it for something bad. I think this place was like golden cities lit up with electricity, with flying ships, all sorts of stuff. Radio, none of that shit's new. These obelisks remind me of like a tower with a fucking pyramid on top. These towers are everywhere. People should watch John Levy. I almost called him John Lennon. You know what's weird? You got Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, John Lennon, JFK. Like, what's up with all these J's that died in that era, man? Look at all the trees that be getting cut down. You should look up old 1800 pictures of the giant trees they were cutting down. These huge redwoods and stuff. It makes me want to go back in time and slap one of them dudes. I would go back in time, pull up to right where they're at with the machine, and just get out and smack this cat right in his face and get back in and be out. Look at this beautiful music frozen in time. I wonder what frequency this is. Look at this frequency. I'll fucking smack the frequency out of you. Whoever took the word Allah and created arm, leg, arm, head is a fucking genius. My 8-pointed star with the German bird. I love it. I personally think they were birds with 2 heads. I think a lot of stuff's created in laboratories. Because the Moors were the masters of science back in them days. There's no limits to what they were doing. But people just can't comprehend a lot of things. And that's cool. Because there's some things I don't comprehend. Like how people don't have common sense anymore. Bitty bitty bingo. People be like, nah, man, I don't want no knowledge. I don't want to look into stuff and figure stuff out. I just want to be entertained.
Knowledge.
More like entertained, not tamed, entertained. These frequencies and these TVs tame you mentally. It enters your fucking, it goes through your eyes and enters your fucking brain. You're uploading crazy visuals and sound. You ever close your eyes and you could still see the TV and what's on in the screen?
Yeah.
I was doing that type of shit when I was young. The times my mother let me watch TV at that. We had one TV and it was in the living room.
Imagine if all you ever did was cast your own vision stuff. I've been saying that for years.
I used to joke around and say when we die, we're waiting in that long line. When you get up to this alleged God that's judging you, he's going to pull out a tablet and just sift through everything. Remember on this day? But it's really the government. They're going to judge you when they dig your bones up and they take your genetics, and that's the resurrection. That's my theory on that.
We are the source, man.
Well, we're sort of like,
we're the consciousness. We're the, we're the creators of
we're like different versions of that consciousness.
Yeah, the reflection of the world that we see is a externalization of what's internal. So if we change thought and move into that consciousness of what we collectively, what we would like to see.
I want to take these maps.
That's why the world's so fucked up, bro. Because everybody's got this different
Because religion told them they're born into sin instead of shin. You're born with the lack of knowledge. That's how I see it. Look, I used to think about that as nonsense. Some of the, how you born into sin? What do you just got here? The fuck? You didn't even do nothing wrong. And it's like their court system. You got to prove you're innocent. It ain't the other way around. You're guilty until you prove your innocence. That's just how it is. Just like the religion. You're born guilty already. It's fucking wild.
Well, I mean,
but yeah, the higher consciousness.
There absolutely is fucking wrongdoing, and we all create that.
We let it slide.
once the person comes to a realization of oh, hey, I'm fucking up, bro. You know, once they have that conversation with themselves, dude, I'm fucking up. I need to fucking change myself, you know. Because we all do injustice and
Yeah, mistakes.
but that's all part of
It's all
growth,
right to make mistakes.
Becoming a better human being in the end is what it amounts to.
See, seeing the bird, the right claw of the bird, it's got the globus cruciger, right? That's what the Europeans call it. But there's a native tribe symbol. Hold on, let me pull it up. Hold on, we'll get back to that. I gotta pull it up. I'll keep that picture there. Ezekiel's wheel. Here's another building. I got to get close-ups of this. Some stuff that was what was left on here is amazing. I like how they put the pillars up. See it way up top? You got the little windows with pillars. Man, it looks like it's nothing from here, but when you go up to it, oh man. Maybe architecture is born to other people, but I love architecture. Old. Not stacking squares on each other. Real architecture. And this is in New York City. I forgot what street this is, but on a certain day, every year, or I think it's in each solstice, the journey south and then the sun comes back north. It aligns with the street. I forgot what it is, but twice a year. Sorry, each solstice, I think, or around. Do I got the dates? This is an annual event during which the setting sun or rising sun is aligned with the east-west street grid of Manhattan on dates evenly spaced around the summer solstice and winter solstice. There's similar alignments with the sun and street plan that occur in other major cities like Toronto, Baltimore, Chicago, and Montreal. So how did this happen? We certainly don't learn about the level of precise astronomical city planning in North America in our history classes, or the true people who built it, right? People ask questions. They give you the most non-satisfying answers. It ain't food for thought either. It's like a fucking giving you a fucking crumb of nonsense. Look at this masterpiece. This is a masterpiece piece. Let me check the comments. I got a Kobe rookie card. I had two, but I gave one to my friend's son. That was his favorite player. So I gave him the Kobe rookie card. Whether he knows what to do with it, that's on him. But people be like, oh, stupid, Chuck. It is worth money. Yeah, it's worth a couple hundred. But it's only a card. Who cares? Fuck it. Let me see. Mother Nature has been hijacked. Yeah, these earthquakes. my theory on these earthquakes are not from plates under the ground. I think hurricanes, earthquakes, even rain is manipulated. Like, I don't think hurricanes just come out of nowhere, even if there's energy in the area. Not that severe. This is my opinion. I think they use these ley lines. They manipulate it or harness the energy from it, and then they manipulate the air above, right? Whatever. The Globers try to make the argument. It's called the atmosphere. Well, if there's a dome up there or some sort of barrier, it's probably like a sphere. But anyway, half a sphere. But they're manipulating those spheres, the layers up there. And if there's a barrier, that means the air is separated from lightest to heaviest, right? Whatever. There's that picture with the guy peeping out the dome, and there's different versions of it. There's even a version where you can go underground and outside of the dome. There's people that are underground going outside the dome. But you got the guy above ground peeking out the dome, and there's all this machinery on the outside, like gears and stuff. These are ley lines. I think that's Manhattan. And that's where the street is. And these are the dates of the solstice. So let's go back to this. Now, the thing in his bottom right claw, or her bottom right claw. Now, I forgot the tribe, but they lived in America. And you see the Globus Cruciger, which means holy. But that's where the symbol came from originally, this tribe. I forgot that the tribe's allegedly extinct. That's how they put it. Their languages, I mean. I wonder, if our language plays a big part also. Because why would they want to make one main language? It should be called slanguage.
English.
Hold up. I'll show a couple more and then I give up and take pictures. Life is like a box of chocolitas.
It's bullshit.
Poison. Red 40. Blue number 10.
Remember that song? Poison. Poison. Who was that by? Damn, what was the name of that group? That song they had on the radio. It was like the 80s. CNT Music Factory? Oh, I forgot the name.
What was it?
Look, this stuff don't. This is what I mean, man. In the middle of the woods, there's stuff like this on creeks or rivers that turn into creeks or little streams. There's always structures like this, like we call them rocks. Like, oh, they just appeared here in the ice age. When the ice melted, it moved the land. Like this dumbass shit they come up with instead of, you know, the truth with their structures or something. It looked like something exploded with all the pieces of stone everywhere. Look at this city, flooded to oblivion. And here's some ley lines. Damn, that's a crappy picture. I thought I got a better one. But look at the main, or no, it's on the other side of Florida. Damn, there's a map of like the islands near Florida, and one of the main ley lines is coming from the Bahamas. Like it's the main. I gotta find it next time. This is Luna Park or Coney Island. But if you look up Luna Parks, there's a bunch of them all over the world. These electric parks that are on ley lines. Now this, I'll leave it, this last picture with this. Look at this architecture, man. 8-pointed star at the top. It's too much for my eyes to take in. It's just amazing. I would play this video. This guy that made this video had a collection of dictionaries from 1700s to the present day. And he went all the way back to the Latin word virus, which is a Latin word, and defined it. And when he defined it, everything made sense to me of why the caduceus has serpent heads at the top biting into it. It all made sense. And I'm going to be putting a little short video on that probably today. Even though I've known it, but this just confirmed it. These people are diabolical, man. So think of everything attached with the V iris. That's what I'm going to call it, the V iris. Everything attached to that. There's so many other things attached to that. And parasites play a big part, but let's check the comments. Strawberry Fields, nothing is real. Down, down. Strawberry Fields is a good song. It's a good album, Yellow Submarine.
That was a killer album.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, I listened to a lot of hip hop and stuff. But because of my mother and my aunt, I used to secretly listen to like Jimmy Hendrix and Janis Joplin and bluegrass music. My grandfather's classical stuff on the radio. So I had a taste of all types of music. And then I realized hip hop was made of all types of music. Hip hop takes pieces of all types of sounds and music. Um, and I loved hip hop even more. You could sample anything. People be like, that's not music. Man, that's the most creative type of music I've ever seen. Playing an instrument's dope, but when I see people make beats off of certain sounds, I'd be like, damn, right? How they thought of that and created certain sounds. I've seen people record a city and make a beat out of all the sounds that was heard in the city at that moment. You ever see that on YouTube?
Uh, they were making a beat and it created a city. Like,
No, he went to the city and he took the sounds from the city, even down to a guy that didn't know English. He was speaking another language. He recorded him saying something. He put that on the beat. He took the horns from the cars, like yeah, all the sounds from the city, and made a beat with it. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's dope. Take all that and put it into a.
I'm telling you, Lucid. I got a sound for music, and that thing you recorded yesterday.
Yeah.
I like how you put the lights so nobody could see you. They'll just focus on the sound.
Yeah. I didn't mean for that to happen. That's just I don't need to be seen anyway. Like my face isn't important. The sound is what's where it's at. You know?
Even the way you were singing the song, if you put a nice song to it, lyrics that you fully got etched in stone, like a song. Just the
Yeah, I
way
put the
you put
lyrics
that
up on the
together,
video.
just like that, man. Make a song. I'm telling you, that would be your first so-called single, whatever you want to call it. Just to put it out there.
I put the lyrics on the video in the comments. I try to do that with all of them.
I got to get a better laptop quick soon. I'm gonna get one, but I could do it on BandLab. I'm gonna get a terabyte chip and figure this out. Damn.
How much of those terabyte cards? Banks.
They're not expensive. I thought they were gonna be, but surprisingly, they're not. Some are, but they have cheaper brands. As long as it works, I don't care if it said fucking dog shit on it.
Terabyte storage.
I'll send you the cash, bro. If it's not that much.
At Walmart, you can get an external USB hard drive, 6 terabyte portable mobile storage for like $15.
6 terabytes?
That's what it says.
Holy shit, I'm gonna get one. Yeah, I'll send you the cash, bro.
6 terabytes. I didn't see that, and I looked on Walmart. I seen terabytes. Well, they probably got more.
So there's a 4 terabyte external USB hard drive.
Shit, I remember when terabytes didn't even exist. You can only get like.
Damn, bro. I'll send you the
gigs.
cash, right?
Hmm?
I'll send you the cash, bro.
You might have to order them online. They might not necessarily have them in the store, but you can get like a 2 terabyte.
Yeah.
SSD HD
for like
card
$8.
for like $12.
Damn.
I
What
mean,
the hell have I been doing?
it depends
What
on
the
the.
fuck?
It definitely depends on the brand you choose because they do have some for like $30.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah,
SanDiscs are even cheap too, because I got a 4 gig. No,
they're like
more than that. I forgot what mine was, but I think it was like a 40 gig or something. But the SanDiscs, they after a while it'll all of them, anyone I ever had, after a while they go shit hit the bed and you can't take nothing off, erase nothing, or put nothing on at a certain point. So your shit's stuck on there, or it won't read it. They all have ended up like that, all my SanDiscs. So SanDisk is good, but not good at the same time. They're good for like 4 years, maybe less. They're not gonna last forever. So, but they're still good. They'll still hold. Shit, look at old school laptops are the best. The ones with discs in them.
it's hard to find laptops with disk drives now.
Yeah, those are the best because you
That's what
could
makes
put
it hard,
so
though.
many terabytes on them. It's insane.
So with the CD drive, you have to pay extra to get the CD drive now. Like the disc
Yep,
drive.
I got one with no CD drive and DVD player. It sucks. It's stupid. I mean, it's better than nothing if you know. This laptop was a gift and I appreciate it, but it's only 30 something gigs the most. But you could plug in like adapting memory and shit, but you know, it's good to have, to just have, right? To use. But if you're about making music or movies or content, you definitely need some fucking terabytes. A couple gigabytes is not gonna work. Let me rephrase that. It'll work, but it's gonna get annoying when you run out of memory and you do a lot of recording and shit like that. You're gonna run out of memory, and it's like, damn, I gotta erase this and this. You don't want to erase nothing.
Yeah.
So it's good to have memory. Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, I advise people to watch Michelle Gibson. I wouldn't mind having her on here. I mean, she knows so much information about the ley lines and these structures. Like, more or less, she looks at things the way I do, and it's mind blowing. Because sometimes when I think of things, I think I'm crazy. Like, I'll come up with stuff, and I'm like, because people down the stuff I say, like the tree at the center, I've had people say, oh man, that's bullshit, man. A lot of people. But Mount Meru looks like a tree stump. And then you look at older cosmology from all over the realm, there's a giant tree. And then you think, well, we call us countries, right? Remember that time, Lucy, we looked up the word country in etymology, and it said the council of the tree. That's what a country is. The weather. Big Stank. Yeah, that's a funny name, man. Yeah, I got a Walmart near here. A couple of them. It just sucks taking buses. How's Elios doing?
just woke up.
I know having a child, it changes your life, man. Your whole perspective. You just want to give your child the world. I've seen it all my friends, how it changed them for the good. And I'd be regretting not. Well, I can't have children, but I could help create them. But yeah, Chuck, I'm gonna find a woman and have like 7 Chuck and have her. She's gonna pump out 7 Chucks. And each Chuck is gonna move to a continent, and then they're gonna populate the continent. I'll be everywhere. I got so many pictures. I think one day I'm going to empty my phone out, but I'm gonna show every picture as I erase them. So I've got some pictures I've probably never shown. I gotta jump off here. I'm gonna jump off here at 2 hours. What time is it? 10:30 almost. Damn, you'd be good, Lucid. If anything hit the fan, Colorado's the place to be, man. Because that's where the new capital is gonna be, allegedly.
Where?
Colorado. That's why the government, the airport, is gonna probably turn into like that whole area.
Man, that DIA is fucking crazy, dude. Crazy huge.
Where's that?
West Side.
Good for Daddy, okay? I'll see you in a
My name is Chuck Norris.
And
This architecture
Name
is
is Chuck
insane.
Norris. His name is Chuck Norris. He had a bag full of seeds just to plant a forest.
A bag full of seeds. To plant a forest full of marijuana buds that will flourish. My rhymes be the purest. Look at this clown. This cat exploits his own people and blames the white man. Look at this clown. This cat got the Moorish star upside down. To the 5-pointed star upside down. Look at this. We got to get this guy some clown shoes. Look at this is some knowledge right here. This rock is reflecting sunlight. This is a glowing heavenly body. But I have to say, Flat Earth Nation does have some good points. I can't deny that, man. Especially the shadows in these craters it's a good hologram. Big Baby Jesus. Remember that song by Old Dirty Bastard? He started calling himself Baby Jesus, ODB. He had many names. Old Dirty Bastard, ODB, Osiris. What else? Big Baby Jesus. I think this is the original Trinity right here. Man, woman, and child.
Oh, absolutely.
I think this is the Queen of Cali. The island of Cali, this is the Queen. Look how big she is, right? Look at that little person is cleaning the floor next to her, up at the top left. If you stood this chick up, right, compared to the guy kneeling down cleaning, come on, yo, that chick alone is like 6'. Man, she would knee this guy in the dome and break his shit. Anyway, who cares? It was funny yesterday. Nems, I watched his channel, that rapper Nems from Coney Island. He started that thing that goes bing bong. And yesterday he was like, bitty bitty bing bong. I fucking fell out laughing. That shit was hilarious. Anyway. People used to use umbrellas for the sun. You know that? The Flying Guillotine. You ever watch that kung fu movie, The Flying Guillotine? That shit's a classic, bro. That Asian master got that thing. He spins it, and it lands over your head. But when it lands on your head, it's like a chain thing. It lands over your head, and when he pulls the string, it cuts your head off. That's just wild. And then your head stays in the thing, because when it goes over your head, it forms like a chain basket. So when the blades come out and cut your head off, your head stays in the basket. He like pulls it back to him, like, get over here. But with your dome piece. Who cares, yo, right? Your head will be like this, flying towards him, but in the chain thing. Hey, maybe that's who killed Medusa, was the Flying Guillotine. Jack and the Beanstalk is a real... The brainstem? Interesting. I like when people take stories and manipulate them, but the allegory makes sense. So you could look at things from different perspectives or angles, right? Wrong. Look at the Bluetooth symbol in the center of the symbol.
Where?
Mommy,
Yes, you had to go to work. You better go.
What time is it? 5 minutes. Did anybody go listen to Lucid's track or what? I'm gonna drop it again.
Man, I put it up. I usually get like last one I put up. I got like 500 views. That was like two and a half years ago, but I changed the butt too.
And we got to structure the song, and then I want to make like a hip hop beat. What the fuck? Damn. There's an echo. But structuring the song is going to be dope. I want to make a song with you playing the guitar with it too. Damn. What the hell was that? Oh, that's why he's doing it. Dude got the volume going through the roof. Damn. I had to fix it. Bitty bitty bing bong. That's so funny, yo. Alright, hold up. Nah, I ain't gonna play that. I gotta upload this video.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, stop. Thank you.
I was watching some guy play the drums yesterday in New York, but not drum buckets. And mad people were talking shit in the chat. He's on drugs, but his sneakers are brand new. And I'm thinking, all these people talking shit. My first thought was, get this man a drum set. I mean, he was spinning the drumstick, so you could tell he played in a band. So he has knowledge of drums and the sound.
Grab that.
Like, get that man a drum set. I wonder what this is. But let's see who's in the chat. Give a shout out to Mark and Tommy.
Yeah,
Who's in tools, that which is.
I'll make another version of that and then send you or put it up or whatever, and then you can
Thank you, Salama.
do your thing with it. You there, Chuck?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I want to
What the hell happened?
What, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I'm gonna refresh.
That's weird. Can y'all hear me in the chat? My halo's glowing.